Now, if you don't mind, we're going to stay in Wakinekona DC, or Washington, D.C., where Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. launched Operation Stork Speed.
Now, the initiative calls for the expansion of options for safe, reliable, and nutritious infant formula for American families.
You know, sis, I understand the nutritious part of it, but why safe? What exactly is in infant formula that makes it unsafe?
Heavy metals, probably, possibly lead, arsenic, cadmium.
What? This is in infant formula for babies.
Yes, my brother, infants are babies. Thank you for the clarification. We got it. No, I understand. And I also understand you're like, huh? Because it's the first comprehensive review by the FDA since 1998.
So
this is the first time they're actually looking at what's inside infant formula.
Mom's been feeding babies this stuff possibly since wow, this is crazy. I don't know if your mind is blown like mine. Mine is super blown right now. So what's the scoops? Tell us what you think.
Share your thoughts by sending us an email at islandlifelive@kitv.com, or just go on over to the Island News YouTube page and comment on this story.
And joining us with reaction is Dr. Michelle Perro, a pediatrician who has championed children's well-being for 40 years.
She's also the host of the hit podcast, The New MDs, Mothers, Doctors, and Scientists. Aloha, Dr. Michelle.
Aloha. Thank you for having me, Davey D, Lena G. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Lena G.
Hey, I like that one. Hey, Doc, first, let me ask you, does off-the-shelf infant formula have any nutritional value?
It sure does. I don't want to create a wave of fear and panic over infant formula. These formulas have been crafted over many decades with certain nutrients, carbohydrate, fat, and protein ratios that are beneficial for babies. Added nutrients like some have probiotics, some have extra omega-3 fats or DHA that are good for babies' brains. But there are problems with the formulas, like many of the other baby foods, which has come to light.
You know, thank you for bringing that up, because the FDA is planning to increase testing for something that I was surprised to learn that is in baby formulas, heavy metals and other contaminants. Are there heavy metals and contaminants already in there? Is that why they're doing the testing?
Well, I am proud to say that our new MDs, we were instrumental in getting that data to Secretary Kennedy, head of the HHS, and we published a study back in May of 40 formulas, infant formulas, and we looked at 5 toxic metals, including aluminum, arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury. None of those metals are safe for babies. There is no safe level of lead for babies, and mercury is probably even worse than lead. And we found lead and aluminum in all 40 samples that we tested. And we looked at the most common formulas. There are 4 main producers in the U.S., and actually there are a few more globally, as well as we looked at in other studies pesticides. But in this study, we just focused on the metals. Additionally, aluminum was in the 1,000 range, higher than the other toxic metals. And aluminum is not good for babies' brain. It's a neurotoxicant. So I was pretty shocked by these results. I knew we'd find some. I was looking for mercury, actually, because of the high fructose corn solids. And I can talk about that if you want. I did find mercury. 57% of the formulas had mercury. And we had 6 formulas that had all 5 metals. And these metals can work what we call negatively synergistic. That means they work together to create a greater negative effect on our baby's well-being. And that's why all the hubbub with Operation Stork Speed, which I love the title.
You know, Dr. Michelle, this is a little worrying, because we understand there is nutritional value for infant formulas, but understanding that there's all of this bad stuff in it, I think about some of the moms who cannot breastfeed, you know, whether it's a medical condition or whether they are on specific medications that are not good for babies. What is mom's alternative to the formula?
So what I say, yes, we turn to infant formula. There are some that rated better than others. That can be found on my website. I can share if you like. And I also published recently homemade infant formula. Also, parents have been getting their babies animal milks for thousands of years. Goat, camel, buffalo, you name it. So we have been creative with how to feed babies when breast is best is not available.
Wow, this is some very fascinating information. Thank you so much, Dr. Michelle Perro, one of the hosts of the new MDs, Mothers, Doctors, and Scientists podcast. You can also visit her at gmoscience.org for some handy printouts.
And again, that list of the safer infant formulas are also on that website. Next week, we'll talk story about summer safety for our keiki. Mahalo for joining us, Dr. Michelle.
My pleasure. See you guys soon. Thank you.
Wow, we learned something really, really important today.
I love that woman. She's so knowledgeable.
Akamailoa. Hey, learning today that it's National Solitaire Day.
Hey.
This is me playing the game. I was struggling over there. So let's jump to the question. Why did Microsoft developers...
I'm sorry, I was trying to solve them. I was like Black Queen to Red King.